Welcome to Seeing with Your Soul, the podcast aimed to inspire you to find your voice and become the best, truest, and most authentic version of yourself. Spiritually intimate, soul-to-soul conversations, life-changing insights, and spiritual teaching and healing. Real, raw, unfiltered. Join your host, Tisha Michelle.
This episode is brought to you by Heal, Align, and Glow Spiritual Retreats. Visit www.healalignGlow, and that's GLO.com for information on our upcoming retreat in August. Welcome and welcome back to another episode of Seeing with Your Soul. I'm your host, Tisha Michelle. So, in this present moment, I would say that I am grateful for I'm grateful for the courage to use my voice and share my gifts. Sometimes it doesn't really come, especially in the beginning, it wasn't as easy to, repeat something that I was seeing or I was feeling or I was hearing or I just knew, because it was just what are people going to think, in that sense. So having the strength and the courage to really stand in my power, use my voice and share the, my soul's gifts. I'm really grateful for that. Yeah. That's what I'm grateful for right now. All right. So now it's your turn. So unless you guys are driving, go ahead and close your eyes. I just want to get a little centered, a little grounded, All right. I want you to take a nice deep breath. I just want you to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. All right, another one. Let's take a nice deep breath, breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. You should really start to feel a little looser, Release some of that tension, that tightness you've been holding on to for the day, maybe past couple of days. All right, let's just do one more. Take another nice deep breath, breathing in through your nose. And out through your mouth. All right, guys, what are you grateful for? In this present moment, scan your life, scan the last 24 hours, the last 2 hours, whatever. Just go ahead and scan it and express it. You can put me on pause. And you can journal this. You can say it out loud, say it in your head. It don't matter. Just express. Express that gratitude. All right. So I had seen this post, and it's from someone that I follow on social media, and it's Mompreneur Success Academy. And she posted this thing. And she shared it from something. But anyway, it says, and I'm just going to read it. Instead of saying I didn't do anything, I rested. I spent time with myself. I recovered from last week. I took a nap. Today I nurtured myself. I honored my body and spirit. I took a mental health day. And reading that just really got me to thinking of how we'll easily just be I didn't do anything today. And we say it as if it's a bad thing, right? As if we feel less than or something, right? And, just to be able to say I rested, that's dope, right? Or I spent time with myself. Hello. Or I recovered from last week. All of them were great. So like I said, it got me to thinking, and I just wanted to, share a couple of, really just a couple of tips of when it comes to, resting, allowing ourselves to rest. One, I would say, contrary to what society says or other people say, you are not Superwoman and you're not Superman, right? Let's just stop, right? I used to wear that as a badge of honor. I'm a single mom, or I'm super mom, I could do it all. and I would really wear that shit like it was a badge of honor and not allow myself that time or that space to rest. And we need that, right? We need to rest. We need to rejuvenate, right? We need to, start delegating some things. And whether that's delegating, like we're hiring some extra help, or we're delegating to our kids if you're a parent. I know with me, like I said, I felt like, I was a single mom, and there's a period of my life where I was a single mom, and it was like, again, this badge of honor. And I'm just really coming from this place of like, I can just do everything, and I'm done working. And then I come to the house and I'm cooking and clean. I'm capping, probably wasn't cooking. I probably was ordering something, cleaning and straightening up and getting the trash and doing the dishes. And I got kids in the house, and not having them do anything because I felt like it was my role and my job to do that. So wherever that came from. And, I really think, again, like it being making me think about it from that post. I know that I've said that before, like, oh, what did you do today? Nothing. And I say it like it's such a bad thing. And I don't know if about you, but whenever, and I'm a lot more intentional with it now, but I'd have that space and I wouldn't be doing anything, then I feel bad. I feel bad because I feel like I should be doing something, right? And remember, whenever we say I should, or someone says you should or whatever, that's a belief, So, I believe that I should be doing something, and that me doing nothing, which is really AKA resting, relaxing, rejuvenating, resting the mind and the body, that I felt like I wasn't maybe like, enough, or, less than, because we're not, right? So I really just want to highlight and just let you off the hook and let you know that you're not Superwoman. You don't have to be Superwoman, or you don't have to be Superman, right? And just giving yourself that space to rest, and allowing like your mind and like your body to really, just to really rest and relax, right? So the more that you allow yourself to rest, the less stressed you are. Right? Because whenever we are just going and doing so much, we get to this place of burnout, right? And that burnout produces even more stress. So like now we're burnt out from doing all of this. And if someone says something to us, like we snap, or if something goes on, or something's out of place or out of line, or whatever the case is, we're super stressed out of it because we're burnt out. And it's because we haven't given ourselves time to rest. Oh, it's just too much to do. This is us hustle. There's just too much to do. We got to do this. We got to do that. And it's like, that is not true. If you don't sit your ass down and rest, sit down and rest. And guys, I'm actually really talking to myself, to be honest. This is for me. This is to remind my ass that I need to rest. And okay, so let me just go into this one. And it's going to say, reminding yourself that your health comes first, right? And don't let people trick you into thinking that, your work and shit comes before your health. Like, cause that's bullshit. I've been there before too. I know for me, a lot of the rest that's being required of me is in the mental space, like my mind. It's definitely in the physical as well, but because there's so much going on and doing so much around there, it's starting for me personally to affect my health. And I'm noticing just like how my body is just feeling, and that shit don't feel right. And I don't like it. I don't like it. And what has been coming up for me these past couple of days is I really just want to like take like a month to 2 months off, not doing any sessions, not working with any clients, and really not really even doing much like shit around the house or anything. And not even really doing much with the kids. I mean, for real, they ain't even little. My youngest is 10. But, and to really just rest. And this is something that my body is actually craving, and our body will never steer us in the wrong direction, right? It'll let us know what's up. And soon as I think about this, like taking time off and just to really just heal myself, and I instantly pop in my head, but when am I going to have time to do that? Well, I don't have time to do that. I have to do this. I have to do that, right? Because what do? Especially us ladies. I don't want to like single out, you know what I'm saying? Like forget about like my, my male listeners, but especially us ladies, like we don't make time to rest. And I just feel like it's really like important, right? Or, even if we rest or we take breaks, it allows us to operate from like a healthy emotional state, see things from a different perspective, right? The more breaks we take, and you're like, no, I got to push through, I got to push through, got to push through. But then when something comes up or it triggers you or there's a challenge, like because you're so tired and getting into that space of like burnout, you're responding and operating from an unhealthy emotional state. So the more breaks that you can give yourself throughout the day and what you're working on and that stuff, it'll allow you to see things from a better perspective because you feel a lot more refreshed. Y'all feel me? And most importantly, far as, when it comes to like resting, like your mind and your body, it's because you fucking deserve it. You deserve it. You work so hard and you work so hard. And if any of you guys are like me, like I've been like basically on my own since I was 16 because I got pregnant at 16. And I've had so much responsibility, and I'm 41 now, and I've had so much responsibility. And I'll be honest with you, I'm tired. I'm tired. But it's such a task to force myself to like rest because I'm so used to that, right? When you're so used to being in a space or doing a certain thing or shit, fuck, let's keep it 100. You're so used to being in survival mode that you feel like you can't rest. You feel like you don't deserve it. Like you got to keep going. And then what happens is like, you burn out. Physically, you can't take, like, I don't really sleep that much, right? So my whole schedule and everything is weird. And I thought it was because I'm bi-coastal and I'm always going like back and forth and my body doesn't, it feels it's one thing or something. I don't even think that's the case. And, in a sense, I think it's definitely like environment wise or whatever. But anyway, like I'm on the East Coast right now and I'm just dead ass wide awake, and I'll just be up until like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Like, not like I'm like struggling to stay up, just wide awake. And then I'm right back up, right? So when we don't allow ourselves that space to like rest, or especially if you're not sleeping that well, at some point, some things give out on you. They give out on you. And I know my soul is tired and is requiring this rest, but it's a battle between it because then the other part of me is like, nah, you got shit to do. You got to make this happen. You can't really be breaking like that. And you're having that battle of that you versus you. So if you are experiencing that same type of battle like me, I'm talking to you right now and I'm telling you, stop that shit. You need to rest. Give yourself that space to really just rest, to rest your mind, to rest your body. A part of that rest might mean to do a detox from like social media, from everything that's being fed into your head, right? Or the pressure that might be being put on you. Make time, set a routine that there's a non-negotiable that every single day you give yourself 2 minutes to just be, right? Just be, or even longer. But I just want you to know if you're especially like, nah, I just got too much going on. I can't take 20 minutes out of my day. Okay, well, take 2 minutes, take 60 seconds and really just be, just breathe. Give yourself that because you absolutely, absolutely deserve it. So I don't know, really, and stuff like this was really just kind of like sitting on me because again, guys, I'm talking to myself, but also it's really just to give you guys that permission to take a time out, to really, really take a time out. And I think really and truly, once again, I'm going to keep it 100 with you guys. I'm really talking about this on here is because it's so I can also hear it for me. But this the way that I've been feeling lately is like, I need to rest. And I feel, I don't know about you, when you start to really like tune into like your body, when you start to tune into your body, it'll start telling you what like you need, right? But I was having a hard time listening to my body because, you know, I'm always talking about this on here, but I was having a hard time listening to my body because my head was filled with so much to do. Like just so much to do that I really couldn't hear. And I had to force myself to rest, force myself to say, because this is my thing. My personal thing is I always got a notebook with me, right? And I don't care what I'm doing. If I'm sitting down watching TV or I'm like on like computer or something, I got my notebook because I feel like I got to have my notebook because so many things come to my head and I got to like jot them down. And I've been having the past couple of days, having to force myself to put the notebook away, like chill out. You don't even need to really be thinking right now. You need to just chill and you just need to relax because now you're starting to have and I've talked about this before where if I was really like superstitious, I'd be like, damn, I jinxed myself. But, you know, I was talking to you guys before about like with my lupus and stuff. Well, surprise, surprise, that mofo was flaring up and I don't like it. It's acting up, and I know a lot of it is the internal thing and taking on so much. So I'm having to force myself to be really, you know, still so I can hear what is it that my body needs? What is it that my body doesn't need so I can stop taking those things away? So it's really just kind of been weighing on me. Once again, what I was saying, I'm talking to myself, but I want to talk to you guys because I know that there's a lot of you that don't give yourself that space to rest because you feel like you have to go with so much stuff to do. And just like as I want to give myself permission to rest, I want to give you guys permission to rest just in case you felt like you needed it, right? Just in case you felt like you needed it, because I'm telling you right now, you deserve it. So give yourself that space to rest your mind and to rest your body and know that you don't have to prove anything to anyone, right? And knowing that you absolutely 100% deserve it and know that your health comes before anything. I love you guys. Until next time, bye.
Thanks for tuning in to Seeing with Your Soul. If something you heard resonated with you, feel free to rate, review, and share with others. If you are looking to go deeper, you can connect with Tisha Michelle on Instagram at Mindset Slayer or visit www.healingalignglow.com.